Is AI really coming for your job? And what should you do about it? If you think it's not going to happen to my job, I'm not at risk. You might just be the most vulnerable. This is the Matt J. Hannum Show, where I have candid conversations with inspiring people and turn topics inside out to help you grow your business and create more freedom in life. Hey, welcome to the show, another show, everybody, an Inside Out episode. And I've got some cool stuff coming up for you pretty soon in terms of the candid conversation arrangement. But for now, we're firing off these Inside Outs. I hope you're enjoying them. I hope you're enjoying me back here. And we're going again. I'm enjoying being behind the microphone. Let's dig right into this one. I haven't talked a lot about AI. I guess I probably have. I just haven't really talked a lot about it on a podcast or other things just yet. But I just really felt compelled to have this conversation about, I guess, is it really coming for your job and what should you do about it? If your social media feed looks anything like mine, you're seeing a ton of ads from AI experts and gurus and consultants telling you it's like game over, you have to learn this stuff, change. If you're a digital marketer, change everything, change your agency. Your feed probably doesn't look like mine unless you are doing what I do and researching like I research, but that's it. If you're a business owner, you're probably getting hit with a lot of this stuff. And it can be a bit fear-driven, I suppose, as well. But one message I'm seeing quite a bit is an ad actually and it's Jack Delosa at the Entourage, who I've got a lot of time for and spent some time in their programs and community many years ago, I suppose. And Jack says, as opening line of this ad is, if you're a business owner, AI is not going to take your business, but a competitor with AI will. So let's unpack that. If you're the business owner, hopefully AI is not just going to walk up and take your business, but a competitor using it will. And I guess what we're talking about is efficiency of cost. This podcast isn't about that, but there could be a myriad of things that could improve the customer experience, the output, and the cost. But let's unpack the concept. So AI is so much more than ChatGPT. It's not even new as such, but it's becoming far more widely used, integrated, talked about. So here we are. This is our big convergence that we're sort of going through at the moment, where we're talking about everything. And it's really, it is being integrated into almost everything. But like anything, there's pioneers, early adopters, there's stragglers, and that's both at like a company and industry level and personal level. As humans, we're all taking different approaches to it, just like we would with anything else new. But I think, or my point of view is that if you think it's not going to happen to your job, your industry, you're not at risk, you might just be the most vulnerable, because I guess what I wanted to talk about as a crux here is that change isn't necessarily an exact replica, just done by a computer instead of a human, right? These changes are a bit more dynamic than that, and they sort of open the floodgates for an improved output of the true output desire want. And that's what the customer, what are they actually trying to achieve? Or what problem do they want solved? And consider how that could be done quicker, faster, better, or otherwise. And part of it in my, the way I see it is that the customer isn't immune to working for what they need. Take the, if you go shopping and the checkout system where you self-packing, self-serving, or even doing it online, there's still quite a bit of work that people are willing to go through to get their outcome. So that's not necessarily, you might think you do everything for the customer and you do all these things and it's all human touch, but maybe there's other ways and things that they might be improved upon. And I guess that's not too clear unless I hit an example. So travel agents are a great example. Travel has skyrocketed pun intended. But it's with aggregators, these booking engines. They've taken over the bulk of the workload and the bulk of the market, and that's left travel agents. Many have crumbled, disappeared, shrunk in size, etc. Now, that's not to say that they don't exist. They do, but only the best of the best really will exist over time. And they mainly exist now as high-end bespoke operations, and the industry generally has kind of just moved ahead. And I guess that's with self-booking. So people are doing it themselves, and the information is being provided to them at a level that they're comfortable to follow through and execute. So those systems have improved, allowing the customer to do what they want to do. So I guess that's a great example, but is AI really coming for your job, and what should you do? Well, in my view, Jack is right. It's not the AI, but it's the humans with AI. It's the humans strategizing in their boardrooms and thinking in the shower about what they can do. And in my view, the answer is yes. Someone is bound to at least try to do something for every industry, no matter how manual or otherwise, or how, there's some things will just not be possible, but those industries that it's not possible, there'll be other things around it that will help, right? So they'll find other ways to innovate things around and use technology to take away the physical labor that's required in some areas. But what you can do about it is really lean into, like, if you're a service provider, you don't want to just be providing the service. You want to be thinking, you want to be strategizing, you want to be consulting. You want what you do to be more qualitative. And that's the key. So the best at what they do will always have a job. There'll always be work for them there. So whether it's marketers or accountants or financial planners or productivity specialists, there's going to be jobs. So if you just run some paid ads for people or on Google, and you don't really think about strategy and content and how all things feed together, and if you're not sort of a fractional chief marketing officer kind of thing helping your clients, then you might not have a job. So what you can do is work towards being the best. If you lean into being a strategy and a consultant, or at least consultative type selling, be the best at what you've got, or be the best at what you do, but also then lean into the AI. If you be the fool, if you try it, use it, you just play with it. I mean, so if you don't feel like it's highly relevant to what you're actually doing, just find something similar, or something, one of the little tasks that you do, or a way that you can do it, or just do something personally. Write a letter to someone, get it to edit and help you. Try your hand at creating some images in Midjourney for whatever reason, maybe for a kid's birthday invitation. Just invest some time in understanding what it is and what it does at a basic level. Then you can start to develop further skills once you get into that, even just from the perspective of seeing how it can transform how you think about things. You can even ask it what it can do for you. Hey, I do this. This is my job. This is the kind of thing. Like, how are some ways that you could help me? And like, the answers might not be fantastic. And, I've had some conversations this morning around that, about, there was just answers that are plain wrong. And this will happen. This is something that's very early. But it's more about the concept of it and how you can use it to help you as you start to vet what you're doing. So play, practice, use it in your project management tools if you use one, because many are starting to integrate it into their platforms. ChatGPT, Copilot, Gemini, they're just some of the bigger players, but there's so many more little tools and things that you can go out and get lost and spend some time in. And a lot of them have free versions that you can work with too. So the point is, really, to distill this whole thing down, is don't just get stuck in your head, putting your head in the sand, and just, get out there and invest some time in learning how it might impact your industry, your career, and use it. Like, it might impress your boss, it might impress your business owner, it might be better for your business. Find ways that you might be able to use it as a tool to make things better for you, your company, your clients, your customers. I think the more of us that do that and look for these opportunities for improvement, those of us that are willing to invest time, just like any other thing in life, I suppose, will have a greater chance of having a greater career in front of them. And that's really what I would say. I think everyone's job's in danger, but also no one's is too, because if we're open to change, pivot, adjustment, improvement with technology, then there'll always be a reason for us to be useful. Thanks for listening to the show, guys. I just wanted to quickly chime in and say I would really appreciate it if you shared this episode, pass along, review, do all those little things to help me get the message out and share it with others. So please don't hesitate to reach out to me on any socials, or if you've got something you want me to talk about, hit me up with that too.